How's it going, YouTube? Today's video is gonna be an exploit video. One of those exploits that are so crazy that I'm curious if the devs will patch it immediately. And luckily, though, this exploit was discovered. At least it was just brought to my attention today. And this is in a time when the Noita devs have been, doing patches, from time to time, from every couple days. So maybe this will get patched out, and maybe by bringing it to the light and making more people know about it, maybe it will be something that the devs will actually get rid of, because I feel like this exploit is so extreme. This is a infinite chest exploit, bug, glitch, whatever you want to call it, but basically you can get infinite chests from this. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'll show the trick, and then I'll explain a couple mechanics about it as well as we're going along. Down here I already set up a pool of polymorphine. There's multiple ways to do this trick I'm about to show, and I'll explain each one of them. So first off, the most important part is that you're gonna need a chest, and we're gonna be using a achievement, or I guess I don't know what you would recall what this is that we're about to do here, but when you place the chest on top of the altar, it's considered an achievement, but you can do it in any run. At least you can do it one time in any run, one time as far as we know, and it will cause chests to rain down on you. The first time you ever do it, you actually get an achievement pillar, but in the future times that you do it, it still works. You already have the achievement pillar unlocked, so it doesn't matter. But when you place the chest there, all these chests will rain down on you, and I don't know the exact amount. I believe it varies a little bit, but there's a lot of them. And one thing that I was always confused about with this chest rain is why the devs had it rain down from so high up, because all the chests, they start falling off of the screen. They stop, they stop loading in, and they pretty much they get deleted because they fall out of the rendering area, out of the loading zone. Well, it turns out I'm an idiot. It turns out the chest rain is not based on where the altar is, it's based on where the player is standing. So you can easily move your character to once you do the chest rain, run to like towards the ground or somewhere that's close to the ground, and the chest will just rain down on the ground. They won't drop out of the loading area. And that alone to me was a big discovery. But on top of that, whenever this information was told to me, they also showed this crazy exploit. So here we go. While I'm doing the exploit, I'll be explaining what's occurring. But we're going to do two forms of this. The first form I'm going to start with is using mod reset. So I'm going to throw the chest onto this, and there'll be a message that pops up that says like something about your curiosity is rewarded or something like that. So let's go ahead, see if I can move it up there. It should land up there. Okay. So your curiosity is rewarded. So now chests are about to start raining down. What you need to do is hit mod and restart with enable mods active, because what's happening is there is like a timer on my character. Let's say it's like a 4 or 5 second timer, and it's for 4 seconds or 5 seconds the chests are just gonna start raining down. So it's going 5 4 3, you can't see it, it's hidden, but it's like 5 4 3 2 1, and then once it hits 0, the chests stop raining down. So during those 5 seconds they all start raining down. Well, if you hit restart with enable mods active, it resets that countdown back to 5 as long as you don't let it hit 0. So now it's doing 4 3 2, and then you just do it again. You just keep interrupting it before it hits 0 to push it back up to 5, and you can do this endlessly. There's no limit as long as you don't let it hit 0. And in fact, some of these times, because I'm talking and stuff, I feel like it's kind of hard to count it down, so I may be doing it a little too quickly. But an alternative thing that you can do is polymorph yourself. Instead of doing the mod restart tactic that I was showing you, you can just polymorph yourself, and whenever you turn back to your character, the timer will be reset because you did not let it reach 0. Now, to do this faster, I'm going to use this technique that you can use to wash off polymorphine very quickly. This will help us get through the chest rain quicker. So to do that, when you polymorph yourself, dunk yourself in the liquid so you get the polymorphine stain, then jump into the water and it washes it off. So I know I got a couple seconds. Do it again. Keep in mind, when you're in sheep form, the chest rain's not occurring whenever you're polymorphed. Only whenever you morph back into your character does the timer starts 5 4 3, you know what I mean? And you just keep jumping back and forth. This version of it is you know, pretty easy to do, but obviously this one comes with a small amount of risk since, you know, whatever you're polymorphing yourself into, you're not your character, which makes you a little more vulnerable. So it's probably better just to do the mod restart tactic. But for me, I don't know, if something, I mean, both of them are really insane exploits, very, very crazy OP abusing of the game. But to me, the polymorph one feels more like Noita, while the mod restart one feels kind of, I don't know. I guess everybody makes their own rules in Noita, so I guess it's up to you which one you believe is the most fair. But definitely shout out to Twist and Alex for this discovery. Oh, I didn't dunk myself into the polymorphine deep enough. And it can be any form of polymorphine, by the way. It doesn't need to be specifically this form of poly. So the chest rain, honestly, I was talking so much, I don't even know if I may have went too slow on one of the polymorphines, but you'll see right here, I was talking for so long, I kind of lost track of how many times I did it, just ranting. But there you go, there is your infinite chest glitch, and some of the chests are already even opening because they're so stacked up here. I'll start opening them, but be very careful if you do this trick because, you know, these things will be packed with flasks of polymorphine and all kinds of like bombs and things that can be very dangerous, so be careful. It's kind of fun though whenever you start opening them up, especially if the fire starts burning and they all start catching fire. It's kind of cool. But yeah, there's a way to get a insane, I wouldn't say start because depending on when you get the, see right there, that was very dangerous. Depending on whenever you get the chest rain to occur, sometimes you get lucky and you get access to it very early. Sometimes it takes a while before your run. You're in a place that you can easily take a chest up to the altar. So, but I mean, there are instances where I've gotten a setup so quickly that I could do chest rain within the first couple minutes of starting a run. And with that in mind, I mean, that would just, you know, doing this trick here would be insane. You would just basically instantly start off. I mean, you can see all the hearts that are laying here, and that's because I eventually just stopped kind of jumping back and forth. I stopped paying attention to the timer. But there is no limitation. I mean, I guess and once your screen is filled to the maximum with chests, I guess that'd be the limitation, but it is very good. I hope the devs do patch this because I do feel it's a little too broken. But regardless of you know, even if it's patched out, the new knowledge, the information that the chest rain actually follows the player and doesn't stay at the altar, that alone is a big piece of information that's going to help me in my future runs. But till then, you know, here you go. Happy infinite chest exploiting. And again, remember to look at the title because if this ends up getting bug fixed or patched or whatever, I'll put in the title patched, meaning like it was removed from the game. And because I don't know if you're going to be watching this the day I post it or 5 years from now. And I'll usually leave this stuff up so that people can see the cool discoveries that people made throughout the years in Noita. Because think about it, this thing has been in the game for years, but people are just now discovering it. So it's kind of cool to show this stuff off for new guys that are joining the game to see like, oh, even though they're brand new, it doesn't mean that, you know, they can make a discovery that nobody has ever seen before. It's all about thinking creatively. And, you know, I guess Alex and Twist were thinking creatively, and this is the result of it. There's no point in looking through all the wands and stuff because you understand what it drops a lot of good stuff and tons of stuff was off the screen. So there you go. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. And I told you guys I was going to post 2 videos in one day. I'm a real content creator now, guys. Deuces.